NASCAR is at an exciting and challenging crossroads. Recently, the organization has made bold moves to adapt, innovate, and grow its influence in the racing world. At the same time, it faces significant challenges that will determine its trajectory in the coming years. Steve Phelps, NASCAR's president, has shared insights into these efforts. And in today's episode, we'll explore NASCAR's evolving strategy and its recent clash with 23XI Racing. One of NASCAR's most significant recent projects was the Chicago Street Race. This event marked a major departure from traditional NASCAR tracks and formats. Financially, it was a massive undertaking, with a reported cost of $50 million. Despite this huge investment, the race did not generate the same amount in ticket sales and sponsorships. While this might seem like a failure on paper, Phelps emphasized that the event served as a more strategic purpose. According to Phelps, the Chicago Street Race was designed to help NASCAR reach new audiences and become culturally relevant again. He credited this event with attracting significant partnerships, such as those with Amazon and Warner Bros. Discovery. These collaborations could lead to more visibility for NASCAR in mainstream media and entertainment, ultimately bringing new fans to the sport. Even if the financial returns were not immediate, this investment demonstrates NASCAR's willingness to think long-term and prioritize growth. Historically, NASCAR has been most popular in its traditional strongholds, particularly in the southeastern U.S. For those outside this bubble, the sport has often only made headlines when something dramatic or unusual happens, such as a spectacular crash or an innovative maneuver like Ross Chastain's Hail Melon move. By creating new types of events like the Chicago Street Race, NASCAR aims to generate sustained interest rather than relying solely on fleeting moments of attention. Another significant topic in NASCAR's future is the pursuit of a fourth manufacturer to join Ford, Chevrolet, and Toyota. Steve Phelps remains optimistic, saying he expects a new original equipment manufacturer to join the series in the near to mid-term future.
We are very active in looking at new OEMs that will come to the sport, or we're hopeful will come to the sport. Varying degrees of conversations that are happening, some more advanced than others, but I'm bullish. I think we'll find a new OE that will come race with us in, I'll call, short to, midterm.
The automotive industry is facing uncertainty, with major manufacturers rethinking their strategies in response to economic pressures and technological shifts. For example, Chevrolet has announced that it will discontinue the Camaro, a car that has been central to its NASCAR efforts. This raises questions about how committed manufacturers will be to racing in the future. Any new manufacturer considering NASCAR will need to fully commit to the sport, as the competition is fierce. They will not want their vehicles to lag behind those of established players like Toyota or Ford. A fourth manufacturer is seen as crucial for the success of NASCAR's next-gen car, which was introduced to make the racing more competitive and appealing to manufacturers. If NASCAR fails to secure a fourth OEM within a few years, the next-gen car might be considered a failure in achieving one of its primary goals. While Phelps remains hopeful, there's still much work to be done to make this vision a reality. Another interesting development in NASCAR is Project 91, spearheaded by Justin Marks, the owner of Trackhouse Racing. This initiative aims to bring international racing stars into NASCAR, exposing the sport to global audiences. Notable drivers like Formula One champion Kimi Räikkönen and Supercars champion Shane Van Gisbergen have already participated in Project 91, but the car did not make an appearance in 2024, raising questions about its future. Marks recently assured fans that Project 91 is far from over and could return to the track soon. Speculation about the next driver to join the program is already buzzing. While it's unlikely to attract current Formula One champions like Max Verstappen, the possibility of seeing international talent compete in NASCAR remains exciting. Projects like this not only enhance the sport's global appeal, but also showcase its adaptability and openness to new ideas. NASCAR has also been navigating legal battles that highlight tensions within the sport. Recently, 23XI Racing, co-owned by Michael Jordan, and Front Row Motorsports filed a lawsuit seeking a preliminary injunction to secure charter agreements for the 2025 season. A charter in NASCAR guarantees a team entry into all races and provides financial stability through larger payouts. These agreements are crucial for smaller teams that want to compete consistently. NASCAR responded by filing a motion to dismiss the injunction, arguing that the lawsuit stems from dissatisfaction with past business negotiations. They also pointed out that the teams had agreed to the terms of the 2016 charter agreement, which included clauses they now find problematic. This legal battle underscores the complexities of balancing competitive fairness, financial interest, and organizational policies in a high-stakes sport like NASCAR. The organization has made significant efforts to cut costs, especially after the pandemic, which severely impacted the sports industry. Shortened race weekends, for example, have become a cost-saving measure, although they are not always popular with fans. At the same time, NASCAR has invested heavily in growth initiatives like the Chicago Street Race, demonstrating a willingness to take calculated risks. One of the most exciting aspects of NASCAR is its ability to create memorable moments that capture the imagination of fans and non-fans alike. From dramatic on-track moves to innovative initiatives like Project 91, the sport has a unique way of staying relevant. However, to maintain its appeal, NASCAR must continue to evolve while staying true to its roots. The NASCAR legal dispute with some of its teams is turning into a high-stakes battle, involving accusations, legal maneuvering, and questions about the future of key teams in the sport. NASCAR argues that the teams involved in this lawsuit waited too long to challenge key issues. According to NASCAR, if these teams truly had problems with specific rules or practices, they should have filed their lawsuit years ago. For example, NASCAR claims that the statute of limitations, typically 4 years for such disputes, has already run out. NASCAR points out that this delay undermines the credibility of the team's concerns. Essentially, NASCAR is saying, if this was such a big deal, why didn't you speak up sooner? One of the most interesting aspects of this legal battle involves Curtis Polk. NASCAR's attorney claims that Polk used aggressive tactics during the charter negotiations for 2025. They accuse him of organizing boycotts, launching negative media campaigns, and pressuring other team owners to stay united. NASCAR suggests that these actions were designed to extract more favorable financial terms, labeling them as coercive. During a race event last year, Polk even wore a t-shirt with a taped piece of paper reading, "Please, please do not ask me about my charter. I don't want to disparage NASCAR and lose it." This action caught attention and seemed to mock the charter situation publicly. NASCAR has argued in legal filings that Polk's actions and those of others involved might violate antitrust laws, which prohibit competitors from joining forces to manipulate the market. Whether or not these claims hold legal weight remains to be seen, but NASCAR clearly views Polk as a major antagonist in this dispute. NASCAR also defends itself by saying that its practices are not monopolistic. Instead, it argues that its approach has fostered competition and helped the sport grow, ultimately leading to higher payments for teams. NASCAR claims it's been acting in the sport's best interest, not trying to harm the teams. This part of the current disagreement revolves around charters. Charters are agreements that guarantee a spot in the NASCAR Cup Series and provide financial benefits to teams. NASCAR has refused to approve charter transactions involving Stewart-Haas Racing, 23XI Racing, and Front Row Motorsports. This has created uncertainty for the teams involved. If the court does not grant an injunction requested by the teams, they may have to compete as open teams next season. If the court grants the team's injunction, they will likely be able to compete as charter teams in 2024. But the future of the disputed charters remains unclear. For now, NASCAR has effectively frozen the status of certain charters, leaving them in limbo. This means there could be as few as 30 chartered teams racing next year, although NASCAR will likely still have 36 cars on the track due to other arrangements. Now, before you leave, just remember to give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell for more upcoming content in the future.